I've been digging through the January Switch releases, and let me tell you, my mind is blown. Grab your controllers and get comfy because we're about to check out 10 games that'll make your new year amazing. So there's this game called Ys Memoire, The Oath in Felghana coming out. If you've never played an Ys game before, they're these really fast-paced action games that just don't let up. This one's a remaster, and from what I can see in the trailers, they're not just slapping a new coat of paint on it. The combat looks buttery smooth, and those boss fights are giving me goosebumps. Plus, they've done something really special with the music. It's like they took the original soundtrack and gave it this whole new life. The way they're handling the visual upgrades while keeping that classic Ys feel is really impressive.
Welcome. Well, what have we here? Are you a traveler by any...
Freedom Wars Remastered is another one that's got me counting down the days, and let me tell you why. The whole premise is that you start with a 1,000,000-year prison sentence. Yeah, you heard that right. 1,000,000 years. But here's where it gets interesting. Every mission you complete knocks time off your sentence. The original was this hidden gem on the PS Vita, and now they're bringing it to Switch with all these visual upgrades. The idea of teaming up with friends to fight these massive creatures while trying to earn your freedom just sounds incredible. The preview footage shows they're really putting effort into making the multiplayer seamless, and those weapon customization options look deeper than ever. Speaking of amazing announcements, you won't believe this. They're bringing Donkey Kong Country Returns to Switch in HD. Remember those crazy minecart levels that had you on the edge of your seat? Just wait until you see how they look now. The footage they've shown looks absolutely incredible, with every detail popping off the screen. It's like they've taken everything that made the original so much fun and just cranked up the dial to 11. The way they've enhanced the backgrounds while keeping the tight platforming controls intact looks spot on. Now here's one that came out of nowhere, Morkull Ragast's Rage. I know, wild name, right? But trust me, this one's worth keeping an eye on. The trailers show this really smooth platforming system where you're chaining moves together, and it just looks so satisfying. You know that feeling when you're watching gameplay and your fingers start itching to try it? That's exactly what happened to me with this one. The way they've designed the combat system to flow seamlessly into the platforming looks really innovative. Each preview they release shows more depth to the mechanics, and the level design looks like it'll really let you get creative. Then there's Blade Chimera, and this is where things get really interesting. Picture a Metroidvania, but with this crazy transforming sword mechanic that opens up new ways to explore and fight. The world they're showing in the previews is this wild mix of cyber stuff and supernatural elements, and it just works so well together. I've watched the trailer like 5 times already, and I keep spotting new details every time. The way they're handling the ability progression looks really thoughtful, with each new power seeming to open up multiple paths forward. Hey, quick pause here. If you're enjoying this look at some of Switch's finest games, hit that subscribe button for more content like this. Let me know in the comments which of these games you've played or are excited to try. Now, let's continue with our lineup. Ender Magnolia. Bloom in the Mist is looking like one of those games that's going to keep you up at night. In a good way. The atmosphere they've created is just incredible. You know those games that just pull you into their world and don't let go? This is giving me those vibes. The way they're handling the storytelling looks really unique, and I can't wait to see how it all comes together. Every bit of footage they've shown has this haunting beauty to it that really draws you in. The combat system they've previewed looks deliberately paced, with each encounter seeming to require real strategy rather than just button mashing. Ravenswatch looks like it's going to be an absolute blast with friends. They're taking these fairy tales we all know and giving them this dark, twisted makeover that just works. But the really cool part is how they're designing it for drop-in, drop-out co-op. So if your buddy shows up halfway through your session, no problem. They can just jump right in. The character designs they've shown so far are really creative, taking familiar stories and putting this fresh spin on them. The Stone of Madness is definitely living up to its name, and I mean that in the best way possible. The puzzles they've shown in the previews are making my brain hurt just looking at them, but in that way that makes you really want to solve them, you know? There's this creepy vibe to everything that just works so well with the puzzle elements. I have a feeling this one's going to keep us scratching our heads for a while. Phantom Brave: The Lost Hero looks like it's going to be perfect for those late-night gaming sessions where you just want to dive deep into strategy. If you're into tactical RPGs, you're probably already excited about this one. The way they're handling the Phantom summoning system looks really clever, with all these different combinations and strategies possible. Those battle animations they've shown are absolutely gorgeous, and the enhanced effects really bring the special moves to life. The previews suggest they're adding some quality of life improvements too, making it easier to experiment with different tactical approaches while keeping the deep strategy intact. And finally, we've got Guilty Gear Strive coming to Switch. I'll be honest, when I first heard about this port, I was a bit skeptical. I mean, this is a game known for its absolutely gorgeous visuals and tight gameplay. But the footage they've shown running on Switch? Color me impressed. The fact that we'll be able to play one of the best fighting games out there on the go is just mind-blowing. They seem to have found this sweet spot between visual quality and performance. And those character models still look incredible even on the smaller screen. Hey, let me know what you think about these games. Maybe you've played some and have a different take, or maybe something here caught your eye. Drop a comment, let's chat about it. See you in the next one.